Door County, United States of America. This net meets 7 days a week for the purpose of good conversation amongst licensed amateur radio operators, all of whom are welcome and encouraged to check in at the appropriate time during the check-in process. If you can hear me, you are welcome on this net. As always, we appreciate those of you out there listening to us who do not have licenses, and we would encourage you to think about getting a license and joining us, because there's always room for more. Your next control this morning is Jeff, Kilo Charlie 9, Golf Bravo X-Ray, and I am in Sebastopol, about 6 miles north of Sturgeon Bay. We're on Monday, November the 27th. We have 20.5 frosty degrees Fahrenheit, barometer of 29.84 and going up slightly. Winds all over the place from calm up to 16 miles an hour over the past few minutes, seemingly coming out of the northwest. The sky is a mixture of blue and clouds, plenty of sunshine casting shadows where we are, so it's not a bad looking morning out there compared to yesterday when we got our first snow of this winter. Easily manageable. Anyway, emergency and or priority traffic can break into this net at any time. Let's check for some right now. Nothing heard. The 3-minute timer on transmission length. Keep that in mind. That's about it. We don't have a question today, but, well, just some musing. You know, we do not engage in the orchard business, but our property has, I think, 5 apple trees that were here before we built the house. And a few of the apple trees still have apples hanging from the bare trees, so it looks like Christmas ornaments hanging from the trees, but I'm not sure if the apples are really edible anymore for this year. So that's kind of fun. But the other radio-related thing is I dabbled. I participated barely in this international Morse code contest over the weekend. So I noticed Saturday night and last night after I turned the radio on that I was still hearing Morse code, seemingly hearing Morse code in the television sound cycle. So there you have it. Your musings of the day are welcome. Okay, let's look for check-ins now from people on their way to work, people who will not be around for the whole net, people who are mobile and feel they'll soon be out of range of the repeater. Please check in now. Take it away, Kevin. Good morning.
Covering of snow, there's actual amounts, and with the temperature near the freezing mark, not a whole lot of humidation on the road surfaces. When I got back from Rochester, Minnesota yesterday, a little bit after 2:30, fairly quick removal of the snow with the high performance shovel there. In fact, you can see warm temperatures had to do some traveling, and fortunately, after I headed back yesterday when I got near La Crosse, the road was just kind of wet there. A few spots like on I-90 where the passing lane heading east towards La Crosse was somewhat snow covered there, but wasn't too problematic driving around, getting back there, and also on the drive back, was able to have a USO with Al and 9TV on the Oshkosh repeater, and then I got the Green Bay area. Got to chat with Phil for a while on the Green Bay repeater there. So, anyways, got a full day of work in store. Stay warm and have safe driving with your 18-wheelers and other vehicles. Back to Net Control, KA9 GDX, KA9 ARZ.
Okay, thanks for your check-in this morning, Kevin. Have a good day. We've got 4 people currently showing up on the EchoLink All-Star Supermon. So we'll get back to you very shortly. Now we will take check-ins from everybody else who would like to join us this morning via RF VHF check-in. Please come out.
This is Kilo Alpha Diner, Whiskey Alpha Romeo, KA9BXG, W9OBB.
N9OSF, November. But that was N9OSF. Alpha Bravo 9, November.
Okay, for that group, we've got KA9WAR, Art, KA9BXG, Bob, W9OBD, Rick, good to hear you again, N9OSF, Larry, AB9NN, John in Beulah, Michigan, KD9UP, Brad, my trusty sidekick, KC9KMA, Joan, and KC9LM, Tom. Did I miss anybody? Okay, the EchoLink lineup. Leading off will be Michelle, K9GU. Then Michelle, you will turn it over to Jack, Kilo Alpha 9, Tango, Quebec, Charlie. Then it's over to Larry, KD9BID. And then over to Alan in England, G1AEQ. Then Alan, you will turn it over to Artie, KA9WAR. So Michelle in Appleton, good morning to you and Judy. Take it away for the first go-round of EchoLink. This is KC9GDX Net Control on the W9BOR Good Morning Net, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Go ahead, Michelle.
GDX, thank you very much. Good morning to you. Good morning to all on the net. This is K9GU in Appleton in here. Well, the temperature here is 16 in Celsius, as I often give it to, also at the same time, is -9. Definitely cold, maybe even a little colder day or two before. The pressure outside is 2988, and the humidity is 67%. It's definitely overcast, slightly blue, but slightly overcast anyway. And the snow persists on the ground, but the roads are clean. Yesterday early, I noticed the trucks began to clean up. We had a very nice meeting between several children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Saturday, and a beautiful meal, and so on, all together. And yesterday morning, early, that was yesterday morning, one of our sons decided to go back home to Albion in Michigan in here. That's a long, long trip, and I was a little scared about that because it was raining, it was snowing at the same time. But we must have done all right because sometimes in part of the afternoon we got a phone call from his car with him and his wife, and they said they were doing fine, and apparently no detail was given, but it seemed that the snow wasn't much of a problem away from Wisconsin and here. So they arrived well to their own house, and everything went fine. So we were relieved to hear that message at the time. I'm sure we'll get more information maybe today or tomorrow when the crew started on their work today anyway. So that's about most of the news right now, and I'll pass it on to W9TQC. Good morning, Jack. This is NICU. Go ahead and have a good time.
Well, good morning to you, Michelle. K9TQC, Portable Diamond. Still in Madison where it's 19 and snow on the ground, just like up there, I guess. We're heading out in a little while to visit a friend who's in hospice care down here that we haven't seen in quite a while, and then we're going to be heading back up to Appleton where I picked up a car that I dropped off on the way down like almost 2 weeks ago, and then a car that never ever sees snow. So this ought to be interesting, or salt for that matter. So we'll get that thing home hopefully and parked in the garage until next spring. So yeah, it seems like it's been quite an adventure. We're still working our way home. So not much to report other than that with 6 grandkids and all the chaos of the last several days, it's remarkably quiet and peaceful at this point in time here. So over to KB9VIP. How's it going in Algonquin, Larry? K9TQC. Portable 9.
I was with a whoop at the end of the repeater. Hello, Jack, and Michelle, and everybody. KB9DIP Larry in Algonquin, Illinois. We had a couple of inches yesterday. It's a good day to stay in. Of course, being on that, the only one of the good things about the HOA is it's shoveled for me. The driveway and the sidewalks. So that's taken care of. Jeff, you're hearing code, huh? When there's no code there, most people just hear voices. You're only a little crazy. I like it. After wearing earphones probably for 8 hours and take them off, I still hear code somewhere. That's funny. That's all I've got here. It was a peaceful day. I was going to put out Christmas decorations yesterday outside, but the dogs talked me out of it, and they said, don't go out there, stay in. Well, who like me? I should have gone out. Friday will be the next day in the 40s according to weather. I got 26 degrees here now, and I'm not going to go out and freeze my fingers. Anyway, that's the way it looks like from the top of Poppy's head here in Algonquin. This is KB9DIP over to my beetle buddy. Alan. Q1 AEU in jolly old England. Take it away, Alan.
Good morning, everybody on the net. I hope you're enjoying the cold weather. Oh, fine. My lovely day. So, this is 15B again. 55B satellite here. And it's not some sunny, but it is some shadows. But overall, I haven't been any rain in the daytime so far. Reason is 15 mile an hour wind. 79.5 December, and the relative humidity according to the chart, the weather chart, is 66.2 miles. So I can't see 60.2 miles. I can only see about a mile away, but there are hills in the way. So that's that. I think my other two pictures, I worked a website in Poland. That is another Poland in the United States. Is a Poland in Europe. Something. And my go-to Poland. But I know not the word. And a beer. And fuel. And other boxes and other pictures. Other pictures only come out at night. Because there's a house, only some of them come out at night. But other majority of daytime. So at night, it's on it. I wrote it down today, so I can't announce it. But the camera is on the edge of a cottage going there. Anyway, nice really warm this morning, and with that, I pass it over to that Archie, which is this something Amateur Radio. Over to you.
Golf 1, Alpha Echo Uniform. This is Kilo Alpha Diner, Whiskey Alpha Romeo. Thank you, Alan, and good morning, everyone. Here in Peshtigo, we have 22 degrees, nice bright sunshine. We did get just a little bit over 1 inch of snow. My son in Appleton got about 4 inches, and my great-grandson going back to school at Houghton at Michigan Tech, I can expect about a foot of snow up there. Anyway, yes, we did watch the Wisconsin win over Minnesota. And then yesterday, didn't hardly watch any football at all. But we did try to get some music for my great-grandson. We've been copying Pandora and putting it on a flash drive. And yesterday on YouTube, he was going to get Victor Borga, the one from Denmark. And I waited for him to play the piano, but his skit lasted over half an hour, and I never did get him to play, but it was most enjoyable. I always enjoyed his skits there, and he certainly was a talent back many years ago before they had canned music. K8IBXD, this is K8IWAR. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning, everyone. And Jeff, I remember back in the days when I was a novice field day, CW, I would hear CW in my head for days inside the camper, and I tried sleeping while CW was going on, but you could hear the CW in your head for a long period. But, oh well. Well, what the heck is it? 16 degrees with a wind chill of 8.2 degrees. So I'm not planning on going out for a little while. I gotta go in for Green Bay for a few things. Ran out of gas in the Bobcat yesterday, so good thing I had a little bit left in the can. And got another load of firewood from Dave Kubiak. And so I don't know if I'm going to store it here or store it at a friend's place. A little bit too much here already. I think I have about 30 saw logs right now, and I might bring some of the good saw logs back with me, but the rest of the stuff is over by a friend. The guy who we poured concrete last Monday. But we did it last week. And we had about 3 inches. I decided to try out the snowblower, make sure everything worked, and it took care of things pretty good. The driveway is nice and clear now. So that's about all I got. And Rick, nice to hear you again. I can tell you're not quite there yet, but you're sounding better. K9DXG.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, hey, glad that I'm making some progress. Still a little bit left over yet, but nothing I can't put up with. Boy, it was terrible last week, though. And kind of more or less settled in my chest right now, so maybe once we get rid of that congestion there. But I can feel that it's making progress, and that's the main thing. So, yeah, and boy, you came up with a good one here. Yeah. For not having the question of the day, that turned out pretty good. I know when I was studying Morris code, I would listen to it for hours and hours on end. And I had a code oscillator, and I suppose I ran it pretty loud. But this was way back in the early 60s. And believe it or not, and I had a bedroom that was upstairs, and that's where I had my radio shack. But one night, when I was in bed, I could hear that Morris code. And here's the weird thing about it. My mother came upstairs and said, "Do you have that darn radio on again?" Because she always used to get after me because I would sneak out of bed and then go get back on the radio. And so the both of us heard it somehow. I don't know how. So that's a strange one. And also talk about getting in the groove of things with the damn radio. I remember when I first got my camera in Seabird, I ran that thing for an entire weekend. I never walked away from it hardly. I just would go to eat or something like that. And it got to be, so when I would go downstairs, someone would start talking and I would instinctively grab to the tuning knob. And then it was the sharper. Weird stuff. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Probably. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to say it again. Hope that I can get further along on this before I go down to Appleton. I don't want to put on this business. So I know I still have the fire register, so we're going to hold off until we get over this a little bit more thorough. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Larry. N9, old test, yeah, thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Good job.
probably going to be doing rereading here today. And I was ran up here and went shopping and that sort of thing. Not much going on today. Not going to be I go to the game. We had gotten something from the advertised at their website, whatever their website was placed in order. And my wife was looking at a bank statement. Let me break for a second. Okay, my wife was looking at a bank statement and went $136.33. And the picture was FUOHD. And it said only $33 and it showed okay. And then we went another week, had ordered any more pieces, and then another $33 showed up. And the name of the bank, by the way, was Open Harmless enough. And apparently, when you get that flowers, there's terms and conditions buried down in the middle of the bottom of terms and conditions. Says that you subscribe to their electronic website for $18.33 per month. And looked it up on the internet because they have tried to call the number and use their email to unsubscribe. And the only way that you could do that was to cancel their debit card and get a new debit card. So that's probably what we're going to have to do. We're going to close not in this month today. So that's what we're running down here in Mueller. Let me see. I guess it's over to East 9, UP, maybe 9, and then down in Mueller. Okay, day, everybody, and that's 9 on the repeater this morning. So, East 9, good morning to everyone.
Call all of them Frankie. We don't know if it's Frankie, but just beautiful plumage. minutes. I mean, all weekend. He took a couple of meal breaks. He took a couple of short naps. He helped me shovel just a little bit, and then right back at it. And no kidding, not so much earphones, Larry. I asked him to leave the sound on so I can maintain some of my fluency. And, you know, these guys are flying. They are not doing 15 words a minute. And so if I get 2 or 3 letters of the call, this is a good day for me, and sharp. Well, later this morning, I will be going out to get a haircut, which I totally forgot would be on Cyber Monday. Let's hope the shopping centers around here are more empty. But I have to go to what we call here the Zipper Doctor. This is a dry cleaning who does zipper repair. My favorite black polar fleece jacket has given up the ghost on the zipper, and all of the reviews of the replacement in the mail order emporium that most of you know, why, it's at the end of the land, if you know what I'm saying, in Dodgeville. All of those reviews are not in favor of the newer model. Well, this thing is 20 years old, and all the polar fleece is never going to wear out, so I'm going to get a new zipper. That's the plan. Bruce, if you're listening, I forgot to mention last week, we kept our green tomatoes this year and just finished the last one, I'd say the day or two before Thanksgiving, so we will do that again. But I have further Thanksgiving reflections. I'll read that. Some of you didn't hear, I was commenting about our elders teaching us wonderful things, and in their resiliency and love of the current life, no matter how it finds them. But then I read an article about the parade being one of the most, in fact, the highest rated Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade in recent or ever history. And I was thinking about why would that be that this parade is popular this year. And so my reflections are that it's a flashback to kindler, gentler times, days when there was friendliness and civility and joy and innocence, and here were these happy men, women, and children riding on floats in what appeared to be good weather, and bands galore, floats that were gorgeous, the colors were beautiful, and they were smiling, happy, waving holiday revelers, and it was a lovely break from the other news of the day, and I wonder if that's why we were drawn to it. And then, in total contrast, on 2 different stations, Band of Brothers, oh my, a wonderful, wonderful documentary series, if you haven't seen it, Alan. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, I think 9 or 10 episodes, and it's a recap of the World War II, and it is so well done, you can't turn away. You just can't. So that's what we did while Jeff was pounding the breath. Okay, I believe it's over to Tom. Stay tuned, Alan.
Thank you, and good morning to all. KC9LS Zulu here. Well, it's starting to get windy here in Wisconsin and Kewanee. 19 to 20 degrees. Snow on the ground. Yesterday got the snow thrower up and running. We had about 1.5 to 2 inches here, and got the driveway and the sidewalk cleaned off pretty good. It's still clean, more or less. A little bit of blowing snow out there and everything. Let's see, what else? Got a few errands to run today. Just shoveled the deck here attached to the house, and it was all light snow that was easily pushed around, so that was good. And both bird baths are solid frozen over with maybe 1 inch of snow on top of them, so we'll have to leave that for the animals to deal with. And haven't seen any squirrels yet this morning, so that's a good or bad side. I don't know, it depends. They're probably still hiding up or else looking for places they got food out there. Haven't thrown anything out yet this morning, maybe do it a little later. So other than that, hey, everybody take care, enjoy the weather, because this is what it's going to much, and have a good day. 59, Ellen Zulu, turning it back to net control. So thanks for running the net there, Jeff, and everybody have a good one.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody. I won't make any comments yet, but plenty to comment about. Right now, let's look for any new check-ins to this morning's massive check-in. Please come now. United UUB. Bruce, W9UUB. Go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning. A little late today, getting going. Let's see. Over the weekend, watched the Minnesota Gophers football game. That was kind of exciting. My brother texted me during the thing, and he told me it was 14-14. He lives in Minneapolis, so it's kind of an ongoing thing, but he's certainly kind of not an enthusiast. He still thinks it's some Wisconsin moves, but it's always fun to kind of rub it in a little bit. But deer hunting, last day, I saw 10 deer. Unbelievable. End of the season, end of the major season, when I see 10, and they were all does, and not that big, and they were out in the recently harvested soybean field going, where is everything? But I think there's enough grain that people miss, and farmers miss, that field will feed them for a while. And let's see, I got a serviceman coming later today, so I'm going to get ready for that. Got a few problems, and that's about it. I'm a little tired of food too, Joe. I haven't figured out what direction to go. So we went out last night. It's always an easy solution, and just waiting for inspiration. So that's it. Back to you, Jeff. W9UUB, and thanks for taking the net.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. Our most recent deer sighting was Friday. A group of 5 parading through the short undergrowth, overgrowth, whatever. They seem to know. They're staying as close as possible. Around here, at least. You don't hear all that many gunshots around here during our neighbor just to the northwest did get a deer about a week ago, but not locally, not right here. He goes over somewhere in the Jacksonport area. Okay, let's swing it back up to Echo Link for their second go. I think everybody said they were going to stick around. So it will be Michelle, K9GU, then over to Jack, KA9GQ, then Larry, K9DIP, and then Alan, G1AU. So go ahead, Michelle, for Echo Link round 2. This is KC9GPX on the W9DOR Good Morning at Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Go ahead, Michelle.
Very much again, KC9GPX. This is K9GU once again. Don't have anything very new to add to what I said before in here. And I know that we're going to see somebody who comes to help my wife in exercises. Probably she'll come early in the afternoon, and she's a very nice person in here. And this is helpful pretty tired yesterday in here, so I'm happy to see that things are getting better and so on. So that's about all I need to mention right now. So I'll pass it on to K9TQC Portable 4. Once again, good morning to you. This is K9TQ.
Oh, very good, Michelle. It sounds like a nice positive trend. So glad things are getting better. Well, as we were sitting here listening to the news, Carol observed to me that our youngest daughter's, one of her friends, has a first or second grade kid who apparently shot the biggest deer in Wapaka County as of the time of that shooting. I may have been earlier. I missed the whole deer season by being in Florida this year, so I actually forgot about it, basically. But apparently the little kid got the biggest deer in Wapaka County, so there's a data point for you. And as far as CW goes, when I was in the mid-'80s, when I was getting my ham license, I had a heat kit. It was like a heat kit binder to study for your ham radio license. And in that were a couple of cassette tapes. So on my trusty Walkman, I would listen to CW tapes as I would be riding my bicycle from Townsend to Lakewood to work at the clinic up there. And bouncing along the railroad grade, listening to CW tapes. And worked, did it as a novice, but never really got engaged fully with CW. But I was just reading that my Yaesu 891 apparently has a pretty good feature built into it, so I may have to revisit that. Okay, everybody have a great day. Good to hear everyone. And we look forward to getting back into our normal home territory here later today sometime. So over to you, Larry. K9DIP, K9TQC.
Last time I heard the whoop. Thank you, Jack. Larry, K9DIP. I've got nothing else to add here except, Jeff, you do a good job, Jeff. Good job is noted because I don't notice it. You know what I mean? If things go wrong, things go terribly wrong, don't they? But when things go right, it's like falling off a log. But you do a good job. Of course, you got a little bit of help there, a veteran. But you do a pretty good job on your own, Jeff. I appreciate it. It's more than I do, I know that. And I'm sure everyone else appreciates you. I know they do. You and John's contribution. Okay, enough with that. K9DIP, over to our pal, and yours, Alan in the UK, T1AU.
forecast reminds me, I think, just prior to Thanksgiving, they were talking about a big storm sweeping sort of from the south, the Gulf area, and then sweeping up along the east coast. And boy, I was so involved with this contest over the weekend. I never did hear if the east coast got hammered either Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, I'm glad we just got the little bit that we did. It was, as I said, easily manageable. So let's hope the rest of this winter is easily manageable. We'll find out. I like Alan's comment earlier about the 6.2-mile visibility, but you can't see that far because of all the hills and things in the lake. I like that one. Yeah, everybody's comments about Morse code, hearing Morse code even when the radio's turned off, always a fun thing. And there are so many good operators around during this weekend. I enjoyed listening to them on their runs, and they're probably making, could easily be 8 contacts per minute. Some of them might be doing 10 per minute. They just gravity falls so fast and making their exchanges is unbelievable. I am nowhere near that, and never will be. It's not a goal of mine. But I enjoy it, and that's why I do it. Okay, now we'll look for anybody with either comments or new check-ins.
Diner, Tango Zero.
Larry, W9WTZ, good to hear you this morning. You'll take it, and then through the miracle of audio right next to me, pass it over to Joan in case or not in case I do have a comment. Go ahead first, Larry.
Thanks, Jeff. W9WTZ. Trying to fulfill my commitment to be more radioactive, but I've been listening in the garage, but that radio makes a better scanner than transmitter, so I popped in the kitchen here just to say good morning to everyone. Going through vehicles this morning, making sure they have snow scrapers, and of the 3, 1 did. So that's where we're at here, with the snow on the ground. Looking out the window at a fountain that's still running. Hope it warms up Thursday-ish. Get pump out of there for the year. But just wanted to say hi to everyone. And over to Joan. Good morning.
Larry, thank you so much. KC9KMA, and, hearing your voice reminds me, I wanted to say out loud to everyone on the net, it did not escape my notice that the slate of officers who have stepped up to the plate include yourself, Rick, and Paula, and for those of you keeping score, 3 of those were officers 2 years ago, which means they barely got a break. And I think we should double their wages, that's for sure. All right, the reason I came back was for Alan, G1AEU. I sent you a link to the PBS Public Broadcast System TV show called Great American Railway or something like that. It's their 30th anniversary, and they put on a show yesterday that is available online if you make a donation and get what's called Passport. But it has so many of the shows you might enjoy that feature local Wisconsin culture I won't list them all. You'll see them online. And probably worth sending them $10 just to get the, I don't know what the minimum is, I'm not sure. But anyway, a subscriber might be in your future. And so, I think that's it. Pretty sure. Yeah, Bruce, who knows what's for dinner? I have no idea. Cheese sandwiches, if I'm not mistaken. K29KMA, back to net control.
GBX return. Let's see, the one comment I did want to make, Larry, M-I-O-S-S, mentioned 1924 was the first Thanksgiving Day parade. So that means next year, by my arithmetic, will be the 100th anniversary parade. I bet they do something big for that one. That was that. I would also like to say, I hope John Hennigan, K9HJL, I hope he's listening. Maybe Connie is listening. Anyways, we hope you're listening. We miss you. I want to thank radio station WCOR for hosting our receiver equipment and letting us put our antenna up high on the tower, giving us great coverage. So we really appreciate that. Thanks. I think that's going to do it, but I will pause one more time for either check-ins or comments, and we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Jack.
Thanks, Jeff. Just kind of an interesting observation. Your signal today is completely free of hum and sounds just perfect. But Joan had hum on hers today, which it was like it's kind of the reverse of what we've talked about in the past. So if that sheds any light on any things in the Fox home, I thought I'd share it. But it's kind of weird. She's got the hum today and you don't. Back to you, K9TQC.
What happens if I hold the microphone with the antenna pointed another direction? Testing. Over to you, Jack.
Well, I didn't hear it that time, but anybody else might want to comment, but it sounded better.
But completely gone, George. W9OBD.
I'm going to just start talking here, and then I'm going to turn around and face a different direction and keep talking. So I think the moral of the story is don't look at Jeff. Over to net control. KC9, KMA.
I am sitting, I don't know, five or 6 feet away from where I would normally be sitting for the Good Morning Net. So I'm glad my signal is better today. I think the key factor is the position of the handheld that Joan and I are using. She has hers, I have mine. Whether we have that antenna absolutely vertical or maybe a little bit tipped, I think makes all the difference. But otherwise, maybe we have a poltergeist or gremlins or something taking up residence in our coffee room area. We'll set up the game camera out here and see if we spot anything. But thanks everybody for your comments. I'll wrap it up and we'll let the other conversations continue. W9DOR repeater to normal amateur use. 7-3 and adios.
Hey, Jeff, for what it's worth, as Joan was turning her antenna from sounding good, she could resume the hum, so I think you got it figured out. It's all in the micro placement of the antenna, but a little hum came back, not enough to create any problem, but you could just hear it. So, Joan, whatever you did from on your last transmission did resume a little bit of hum, so bonus for figuring it out. All right, 7-3, K9, CQC.
Yeah, we'll try and keep the handheld straight up and down. We'll try and make that a point. We'll see how well we accomplish that. Thanks, Jack. Have a good day with you and Carol there in Madison. Safe travel back to Greenville.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. See you later.